The college football experience, Kentucky Wildcats 2022 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET, get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com. That's WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with their brand new over under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by SGPN Discord. Yes, make sure you check out our new Discord server, the perfect place to interact and sweat out some bets with the entire SGPN crew. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/discord.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, Kentucky Wildcat style. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
Nobody knows nothing.
Somebody knows. Double the price, but no one touches Dundee.
Oh! I love talking Wildcat football. Shout out to the job Mark Stoops is doing in Lexington. It's fantastic. I can't wait to talk more about it. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former JMU Duke defensive back, the burrito eating, sideline kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, Patty C in the place to be.
Hi-oh. Yes, the Kentucky Wildcats.
I mean, well, we should do that too, but first,
it's easy to see a tide turn.
How impressive! The Kentucky Wildcats, Mark Stoops, 2 10-win seasons in 4 years. Look, our boy Mike Leach used to be the OC of the Kentucky Wildcats back in the 90s with Tim Couch, but this is a Rich program. Think about these legends, Patty C. I like Rich Brooks. I think he was a good coach. Hal Mummy, friend of the program. Mike Leach, friend of the program. Bear Bryant.
There's a solid.
You know, you got some legendary coaches here.
I mean, do we have some legendary players from Kentucky?
Yes, Jared Lorenzen, rest in peace. We love Lorenzen.
The hefty lefty is one of the nearest and dearest to our hearts in all of football.
Yes. So, and hopefully you're rocking with us on YouTube. Come on, subscribe, folks. What are you doing? You can watch us on the TV. Yes, subscribe to the podcast platforms too. But we're breaking down all 131 teams like we do each and every year. So subscribe to the college football experience, and remember, subscribe to the college basketball experience, because we talk college basketball year round over there. We talk college football year round over here, and you know. The Kentucky Wildcats love talking basketball. Love talking Wildcat basketball. John Calipari, or as my wife will say, John Calamari.
Hello.
But no, seriously, subscribe to both. I think you'll dig it. You'll dig them both. You'll dig them both. Patty C, though, what a job Mark Stoops is doing as the head coach in Lexington. He's got one of the greatest contracts, I think, in sports. I think it's like he gets like some like $800,000, something crazy. I forget, to if he wins 7 games, and he figured out a great way to accomplish that.
I mean, with the way they schedule, I would agree. They have
at a conference. They know how to fluff it up. I mean, you look at this year's out of conference. It's Miami, Ohio, Youngstown State, Northern Illinois, all in Lexington, and the 4th out of conference game is in Lexington as well against Louisville. I mean, Louisville was like a Conference USA team like 12 years ago. Yeah. So it's like they figured this thing out.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
They can get him to 4-0 in the non-conference pretty easily. You said 7 wins on the contract.
I think that was it. I think that
extra
was it.
mil?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm Mark Stoops, I am the athletic director.
He's a genius.
Whoever
He
is
should
in
be
charge
involved
of,
with the space program.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of scheduling that, putting that schedule together, he's their best friend, I'm sure.
All right, folks. Look, but I mean, he's doing a wonderful job. You look at what he's done. He's 59 and 53 in 9 years, and like I said, 2 10-win seasons. Any way you cut it, I do believe in scheduling. Like, if you are dealt a bad hand, or you're trying to get ahead, part of the problem in college football, I feel like, has been that the bad teams normally get the most difficult schedules. The good teams get the easiest schedules.
Yeah.
And
the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
You have to be
every
smart
level
enough to realize to beat the system, you have to do this.
To trick it. You have to
and
rig
they're
it.
tricking it. And then now it's starting to lead to recruits, and you're starting to see 10-win seasons. And shout out, I think it's a smart angle here by Coach Stoops. So Patty C, let's talk a little bit about this team, because a year ago, 10-win season, 10-3, but man, did they played some close ones. It makes you wonder if that was just a flash in the pan or not. They beat Missouri by 7, Chattanooga by 5, South Carolina by 6, Florida by 7, and Iowa by 3 in the bowl game. Now they did blow out, New Mexico State and Louisville, which is always good if you're a Kentucky fan, to blow out Louisville.
Oh yeah.
But the question I ask you
is that sustainable?
Is it fool's gold a little bit?
I mean, I think we are thinking of Kentucky as the Kentucky that lost to Tennessee like 25 years in a row. I think based on the recruiting rankings that we're going to talk about in a bit here, I don't know that from a talent standpoint it's fool's gold. And I think Mark Stoops, when we review his coaching resume,
that's what I'm saying. I kind of love what he did, and I think it's a smart plan to get to where they're at now. And now they don't need that. I mean, I would like to see them schedule a little more aggressively now, but I also understand he makes that money, so he's got all the incentive in the world.
They were also really smart from a recruiting standpoint going into Ohio.
Well, I hope so, because Mark Stoops is from Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah.
He played at Iowa under Hayden Fry. It was a GA at Iowa with Hayden Fry. He then coached with Jim Leavitt down there at South Florida. Then with Dana Dimmel at Wyoming. Dimmel's now at UTEP. Took him bowling last year. Then he was with the Houston Cougars, and then was at the Miami Hurricanes for a decent amount for a couple years.
During their dynasty
01
years.
to 03, and then he went to
best team of all times, 2001 Hurricanes. Had some pretty good D-backs on that team, I think.
Then he went to Arizona to work for his brother in Tucson, and then he went to Florida State with Jimbo Fisher, and then boom, Kentucky.
He's been around talent. He can sell that to the recruits. Be like, I've seen better players than you, a lot. I'll coach you up. I know what you need.
And let's just hop into it, because I am very curious. They're breaking in a new offensive coordinator, Rich Scangarello. Probably butchering your name. Sorry. But Scangarello is inheriting the 38th best scoring offense in the nation, 25th best rush offense. And I think that has a chance to get better. 71st in pass offense, 46 in total offense. Top 50.
41st?
46th.
46. Still pretty impressive. Pretty good.
Will Levis is back, who is a absolute great land in the transfer portal. I do believe I called that on here on the show last year. And also Wandale Robinson from Nebraska, but he's not back, but that was a great get in the portal as well. So Levis is back, and the run game should be really good because Chris Rodriguez is still there. Kavosiey Smoke, greatest name in college football, maybe. He is still in the backfield. They also add Ramon Jefferson in the transfer portal from Sam Houston State, where I don't know why he didn't. He had committed to Colorado, switched when ends up in Kentucky. I don't know how much burn he'll get with the backfield this good, but he is good. So they have that. Ramon Jefferson from Sam Houston State. Okay. That they got talent at the running back spot. They, like I said, they did lose Wandale Robinson to the NFL. The
second round pick.
Yeah. The wide receiving core, they it's new to it's brand new to Kentucky. I'll put it like that.
104 catches for Robinson last year. That's a lot of production to replace.
Well, they added from one Robin. This is Robinson's neighborhood, Patty C. It's not roll your socks up like David Robinson, or roll your socks down, I should say.
Roll your socks down.
Tayvion Robinson comes in from Virginia Tech in the portal. That's a really good get, I think. They also they have a big time freshman 4-star Dane Key that I think could be a key in this offense.
I see what you did there.
Tight end Brendan Bates is back. Now here's my concern. 2 of 5 on the offensive line are back. Now we just did Kansas State's preview and I said, oh, they only have 2 of 5, but to me, they brought back both tackles. They are not bringing back both tackles here. They are bringing back 0 tackles.
Yeah.
That is concerning to me. I circle that with the Wildcats.
The big blue wall, as it's known, is going to have some new pieces in it.
Now, defensively, Brad White doing a good job. 26th in scoring defense last year, 20th in rush defense, 52nd in pass defense, charting at 26 overall in defense.
Solid.
That's impressive. But you're replacing the entire defensive line.
Although I will argue that as great of a name as Kavosiey Smoke has, there is a new defensive line starter that might be better.
Give me that.
Octavius Oxendine.
Great name.
Great name.
Great name.
I guess if you're an Oxendine,
is there any relation to Ken Oxendine?
Maybe. That would be great. What was he? Wasn't he a
Virginia Tech running back in the 90s?
Could be.
So the defensive line is going to be an area you circle. I think Stoops will try to figure this thing out, but they do return all 4 linebackers from a year ago, led by Jacques Jones. 2 of 4 in the secondary is back. They got cornerback Carrington Valentine and safety Tyrell Ajayan. They are back. Kicker and punter back, Patty C. I mean, the defensive line, I actually don't worry about the defense.
Yeah.
Because I think with his background being defense, and I know you're replacing, it's never good to replace a whole defensive line.
Yeah.
But I still think if
the whole linebacking core coming back.
Yeah, I think they're going to be all right.
DeAndre Square. He was one of the leaders.
Name.
Yeah.
Great name.
They got some great names on this team.
But I worry about the offense.
Where did the defense finish up total?
26 in the nation.
Okay. With 6 returning starters, that's decent. You would expect them to be decent.
Yeah, I think they'll still be in that vicinity. It's the offense when replacing your tackles is concerning, and also replacing a 100 catch receiver. But the running back talent is really good. If they can just get some blocking there.
Yeah. And Levis, we saw the stat.
Are you buying into the hype that Levis could be the first quarterback off the board?
I don't think he's that good, but I remember when he came in for Penn State and replaced Sean Clifford, I said, this guy's better. This guy's better than Clifford.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
think he still is, or
no. To be fair, I think you could say, I'm not trying to shit on Will Levis, but
a lot of people.
I think you could say like Murray State's quarterback looks better than
I
Sean
don't know.
Clifford
They
at
both
times.
have turned into solid quarterbacks, in my opinion. I still think Levis has the higher ceiling based on height, athleticism, raw tools, arm even. But I think Clifford might be a little bit better of a game manager. I think Levis is a little bit of a wild man out there. But
well, I mean, he's breaking in a new OC this year. That's another concern, but I don't know. I think the team is pretty good.
Will Levis 376 rushing yards to go with 2,826 passing yards. Dual threat, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to the transfer portal. We're gonna talk transfer portal. We're gonna talk recruiting rankings and go game by game on the Wildcats schedule. You are listening to the College Football Experience. Subscribe and tell a friend, but I got to get us paid, folks. I want to tell you that the Kentucky Wildcats 2022 season preview episode on the College Football Experience is brought to you by WinBet. Bet $50 at WinBet and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WinBet. Download the WinBet app now or visit winbet.com. That's WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their brand new over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by SGPN Discord. Yeah, make sure to check out our new Discord server. That's the perfect place to interact and sweat bets with the entire SGPN group. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. All right, you got to. We're also brought to you by Trade Coffee. Trade Coffee connects customers to the freshest and best tasting coffee they've ever made at home by partnering with the country's best craft roasters. These are independent businesses from big cities and small towns, and trade customers are truly impactful for these independent roasters, often being the largest source of new growth for them. It's expert tasted. Trade Coffee's coffee team actually taste tests thousands of coffees to keep 450 different kinds alive and ready to ship to you every day. Look, we're talking Kentucky. It's like having the whiskey. You know, you guys do whiskey. You do bourbon. All right. You know, how the hell do you know what bourbons are good? Well, look, you probably got a couple guys that drink them all. And they say, "Holy shit,
they're us."
This Pappy or whatever is yeah, they are us. We will tell you what's good, but in this case, they have at Trade Coffee. They have a team that taste tests, you know, thousands of different coffees. They have 450 different kinds live and ready to ship to you every day. There's no one perfect coffee, but there is a perfect coffee for you. Jeez, I can't talk, Patty C. Right now, Trade is offering a new subscriber a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/SGP. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free, people. Get started today by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/SGP and let Trade find you a coffee that you'll love. We're also brought to you by IPVanish. Did you know that browsing online using incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? That's right. Without added security, you might as well be giving away all your private data to hackers, advertisers, your ISP, and other prying eyes. That's why here at SGPN Studios, we use IPVanish VPN to make it easy to stay truly private and secure on the internet. IPVanish makes you or helps you safely browse the internet by encrypting 100% of your data. That means your private details, your emails, your passwords, your communications, your browsing history, and more will be completely shielded from falling into the wrong hands. Even your physical location will be hidden. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. It's really that simple. So go to IPVanish.com/SGP and use the promo code SGP and claim 70% off your savings. That's IPVanish.com/SGP. All right, we are back talking Wildcat football, Patty C.
I do want to know if you how big of a connoisseur you are of Kentucky whiskey. Okay.
I have a couple bottles at the house right now.
You do. I mean, I'm looking at this ranking mashed.com right now. 5 days ago, they released
Love
this
that
article.
TV show.
MASH. Oh yeah, it's classic. We got stories about MASH. They got Maker's Mark #1.
No.
They got a bunch of these other ones I've never
I like
heard
Maker's Mark though. I do have a bottle of Maker's Mark, but I mean,
of. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Pappy Van Winkle's.
yeah, that's the one that goes. I watched like a documentary on that.
Oh, is that the one that goes for a ton, like $500?
Yeah, but it used to go for like $30 a bottle or $40 a
They just
bottle.
marked it up.
Sort of, yeah.
Elmer T. Lee. They got a bunch, but the ones that I'm guessing.
There's Woodford Reserve.
Oh yeah.
How about Blanton's? I like Blanton's.
How about that Wild Turkey 101?
That'll get you where you want to go.
You were taking some shots of that the other
That'll
day.
get you where you want to go. How about J.W. Dant? Oh yeah.
Wait.
Whiskey in the Family. Search it. Check it out.
J.W. Dant whiskey?
Yeah, buddy.
Is that a real label?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my gosh! Look at that, Kentucky folks.
All right.
We need bottles of that.
I know.
I'm
We
gonna
gotta
order
get
us some
that.
bottles
Hey,
of that.
anyone in Kentucky, please send us a bottle of JW Dan or any. Look, we take samples. We take
Right.
Samples.
We'll test that out for
All
you
right.
too.
Just for that, they're going undefeated, Patty C. Let's end the episode. All right. No, the transfer portal. We kind of grade if they win or lose the transfer portal for every team in the nation. Well, they did a great job last year. Let's see if they can repeat that. Safety Zion Childress comes in from South Alabama. Cornerback Jordan Robinson, I think, comes in from the JUCO ranks. Running back Raymond Jefferson comes in from Sam Houston State. I think he's a good addition. I think it's just a crowded backfield. Cornerback Keydron Smith from Ole Miss coming in. Running back D Beckwith, interesting name, comes in from Tennessee.
Wow.
The hell's happening? Look, I got
He liked the bourbon a little more than what do they have down
Jack
in Tennessee?
Daniels.
That Jack Daniels. That's
You
pretty
know?
good too. I like it.
Nah, Kentucky shit's better.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
I agree.
What is Beckwith doing though? You can't go from Tennessee to
Yeah,
like
it's a slap in the old face.
He was drinking bourbon when he made that decision, right?
Come on.
Quarterback Deuce Hogan comes in from Iowa. Defensive end Darrion Henry-Young comes in from Ohio State. Circle that one, Patty C, because I think he can be a difference maker. Same with Tayshawn Manning coming in from Auburn, perhaps giving them some depth, much needed depth at the defensive line spot since they're replacing so much. And then wide receiver Tayvion Robinson from Virginia Tech, which I think was a great land, an outstanding land.
Who do you think are like the top two most impactful transfers here?
considering what they lost, I would say Darrion Henry-Young and Tayvion Robinson.
Yeah.
I do expect some of those other guys to be contributors though. So there's that. Now, what did they lose in the portal, Patty C? They did lose some. It's 2022. The portal's wild. They lost Cody Goatley, a linebacker. He's in the portal. Offensive lineman RJ Adams is at Georgia Tech. Wide receiver Ernest Sanders is in the portal. They lost Nasir Watkins, an offensive tackle, to Liberty. They lost wide receiver Trevon Morgan to Miami, Ohio. They lost cornerback Cedric Dort to Wisconsin. They lost wide receiver Isaiah Epps to the portal. They lost linebacker Marquez Bembry to UConn. They lost safety Moses Douglas to the portal. They lost defensive lineman Isaiah Gibson to Marshall. Linebacker Katie McDaniel to UCF. Running back Torrance Davis to the portal. Linebacker Jared Casey to Indiana. And quarterback Nick Scalzo to Samford and Joey Gatewood to UCF.
Any terrible losses?
Which happened late last year. Yeah.
Any terrible losses in the transfer portal there?
Maybe you could make a case for like the kid that went to Indiana, or maybe Dort to Wisconsin, but I don't think terrible. I think they definitely won the transfer portal. They did a great job getting out there, getting after it, probably paying some players, but it's legal. Can't give them a hard time.
Pretty solid. 28th in the transfer portal nationally, 9th within the conference. So SEC teams aggressive in the transfer portal. Looking at last year, really the last 3 years, because 4 years ago, 129, but then 46 last year, 6th in the transfer portal, and then 28th this year. They're consistently pretty solid at getting players to come on in.
Yeah.
Presumably some of that basketball money being spent on some football players.
Hey, regardless, it's working out.
Yeah. However you get it done.
Yeah. Talk to me about recruiting rankings.
Recruiting rankings nationally. I mean, this team's just getting better and better. It's pretty dang impressive what they're doing. I'm not going to lie. Starting in 2018, the 5th-year seniors now and moving forward, 37, 38, 25, 23, and 20.
That's what I mean, though.
He built most recent cycle.
We built this city. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he was doing there with, like, I commend him. I think he did a great job at doing that.
That is true. In the most recent within the conference, they've been pretty low because the SEC is competitive. 11 is out of 14, 11, 12, 9, 12, but boom, all the way up to number 5 in the conference. I mean, the teams that have had consistently the number 5 recruiting class in the conference, I would assume are the Floridas, maybe the Auburns. You start to find yourself in that recruiting territory. Look out.
Watch
Kentucky
out.
Football.
Watch out for the Wildcats.
About to become a real thing here.
They should be, man. They got fans. Lexington, come on.
Wow.
They got fans. Like, they could be nasty.
They should. Who's got the better checkered end zone? Tennessee or Kentucky?
I'm going to go Kentucky.
Ouch. Ouch.
Sorry. I'm mad at the Vols for the way they did our boy Mike Leach. So
that's true.
Always
got a bone to pick.
I gotta just side with Kentucky every time, whether it's whiskey, whether it's everything. All right. Folks, look, Las Vegas, you're watching on YouTube. You see this win total here. I used to have to reveal this thing. I don't have to anymore. Las Vegas is expecting 8.5 wins as the win total. Well, I guess that is the line. They're not expecting 8.5 wins because that's impossible. But you get my point.
Wait, Kentucky doesn't have a checkered end zone. They just have the checkered sleeves. My bad.
I thought they had okay.
I thought maybe they had it too.
Fresno State does, right? I think Fresno State's got the checkered end zone too.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so you're wrong. So I guess I'll still take Kentucky's end zone. How about that?
There you go.
All right, they're. I'm trying to win over the Kentucky fans, not lose them. All right. Yeah, they're probably like, "What the fuck are they talking about? You're drinking enough whiskey. Any end zone's checkered. All right.
That's right. It all looks checkered.
Let me tell you that right there. Patty C, what do you make on first thought of like 8.5 wins? Do you just blindly lean over, considering Stoops has had 2 10-win seasons in 4 years, or what?
I think that would be a presumption. If I was betting money, I would lean. Obviously, you want to look this over more closely if you're going to be throwing money down on it. But off the top of my head, I guess blindly over 9. No, I would say they're still an 8-win program in my mind.
They're leaning because Vegas is leaning towards 9. The under I'm sorry, no, they're leaning towards 8. They're the under's at minus 140. The over is at plus 120. So let's hop into it. The schedule, Patty C. Saturday, September 3rd, the Miami, Ohio Redskins come into town to Kroger Field to take on the Kentucky Wildcats.
Relatively local little showdown here. I like that. I'm going Kentucky, obviously.
I am too. 1-0. Here comes the big one, though. They always play this week too. It's like USC and Stanford. Kentucky at Florida, Saturday, September 10th. I think last time they went to the Swamp, they won, and that broke like their first. That was like their first win in the Swamp since, I don't know, like Reagan was in office or something.
They do have a great chance at this.
This is a huge game.
In fact, I hadn't even thought of this yet, but Kentucky is probably right there for the SEC East if they can get through
Georgia.
This. I mean, yeah, but they get Georgia at home late in the season, so if they can have,
they can get through this, the question is, this is so tough. I think Kentucky's better. I think Kentucky's a second game. You mean
their second game? Yeah.
I just thought when I had Florida playing Utah, week 1, and then Kentucky week 2, and I thought 1-1. Question is, who's better right now between Utah and Kentucky? I don't know.
I think Kentucky.
I think Kentucky's better than Florida right now.
The Swamp is obviously.
I'm taking Kentucky.
I think Utah is the proverbial body blow that a team like Florida doesn't necessarily want either. I'm taking Kentucky on the road too.
2-0. The Penguins come into Kroger Field. You know what? 3-0.
Stoops from Youngstown. He's got it out for his hometown. 3-0.
Getting them rich. Week 4, the Northern Illinois Huskies and Rocky Lombardi. Touch me now, Sue, Rocky Lombardi. They're 4-0. The schedule is dog shit for the month of September. That's one of the easiest schedules in all of September, or like in all of college football for September. That is a fucking easy ass schedule.
Well, a road trip to Florida is not.
That's it. I mean, they still were 6-7 last year, Patty C.
That's true.
So you're playing not a winning Power 5 and I know Northern Illinois. I thought they won the MAC, but they're the luckiest team in the nation last year. Yeah. With the way some of those endings went, I don't think they're nearly as good as what we thought.
They were a counterfeit MAC champion.
And then look, Youngstown State was 3-7 in the FCS last year. In Miami, Ohio is like a average team in the MAC. That's an easy ass September. Give me 4-0. Then they head to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, Patty C. Oxford, Mississippi.
Lane is still there, but
gosh, I want Kentucky to win this game, but I got a feeling Ole Miss will. This was a wild game in Lexington the other year.
Jeff Lebby ain't there anymore, and neither is Matt Corral, and neither is John Rice Plumlee. I mean, but
I'm taking Ole Miss.
Who they get? Jackson Dart to transfer.
Yeah,
him?
I'm taking Ole Miss.
I guess I got to go.
Second road game.
Yeah.
So 4-1. They come home to take on the vegan Spencer Rattler. Shop till you drop. This is an interesting game because a year ago this was a close game.
What was the score in this one?
16-10, I think. Right? I thought it was a 6-point game, right? This is an interesting one because I do think South Carolina is going to be better offensively than they were a year ago. It was 16-10.
16-10. Yeah. On the road there. I do think Kentucky's still ahead of them. Plus the game.
I'm going to say this: they host South Carolina. They host Mississippi State.
1-1.
1-1.
All right, so that puts them at what? 5-2.
5-2. They got a bye week, and then they're at Tennessee. Patty C. They haven't had the best success against Tennessee.
I mean, what have they done recently though? I felt like they've had a little more luck.
I thought Tennessee smacked them last year in Lexington.
That score there. Getting hard time.
No, it didn't smack them. It was a close game, 45-42. It was an arena football game. And Tennessee still won 3 of the last 5, and if 7 of the last 10, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean Tennessee. Oh, I don't know though who I consider to be the program that I would bet on at this point. This game's in Lexington again.
Yeah, no, it's in Knoxville.
I'm gonna give that to Tennessee.
I am too.
Coming off the bye for Kentucky's nice there. What does Tennessee have prior to that game? They have UT Martin. practically a bye. So advantage Tennessee. What do we got? I'm 5-3 now.
5-3. They're at Missouri, back-to-back away. I will say that is a sneaky, like, Missouri's away games I feel like are just weird. I'll take Kentucky, but I just feel like that is a possible upset there that we could be
Missouri's
missing.
the last team you want to face on the second end of a back-to-back road because you're already tired and then they're just good enough to catch you.
Yeah.
You don't need to give them any advantages.
I'll still give it to Kentucky.
So 1-1 in that stretch as well. Let's put them at
With 6
6
wins,
and
right?
3,
And then they're home to Vanderbilt, 7-3, home to Georgia,
7-4,
home to Louisville,
8-4.
8-4. We're on the under.
We are on the under.
I tried to go over too, man.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that 2-game home stretch. South
They
Carolina.
only have like one flat out loss, and that's Georgia.
Yeah.
And everyone else is a winnable game. So they could be they could have the best season ever. They could go 11-1.
All right, paint me a picture where this team wins the SEC East.
Here's how it happens.
Yeah,
They beat Georgia. No, but even if they lose to Georgia, can Georgia lose twice? Georgia plays. No, they can't. They have to beat Georgia. That's what it has to be.
But they get them in Lexington. Okay, and then
so they can even afford a loss at Tennessee or at Ole Miss, but they upset Georgia in Lexington November 19th.
so they have
the tiebreaker on Georgia.
2
then.
of 3 really tough road games between at Florida, at Ole Miss, and at Tennessee. Obviously, Florida not what they typically are, but it's still a team that took Alabama to the wire. Granted, LSU and Auburn did that too.
Still, they get a bye before their back-to-back away games. It's a favorable schedule.
They could. They could even lose to Louisville. God forbid. I'm sure the Kentucky fans hate to hear that, and because that's a non-conference game,
They're not going to. They've been rolling Louisville recently.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, would that mean an 11-1 season if they were able to get there and win the SEC East? Probably. Can you imagine that at Kentucky?
Hey, I never thought I'd have 2 10-win seasons in 4 years. Shout out to Mark Stoops. However, I am gonna say 8-4 is more likely.
Slightly. I could easily see 9-3. But
I could too. I could easily see 9-3, but this is one that I don't have a good grasp on. I think the over could hit, the under could hit. It'll be interesting to see.
Some of those 50-50 games though, they're gonna drop. At least one, you would think.
Yeah.
Those being South Carolina, Mississippi State,
In Florida.
and Florida, and maybe even Louisville.
And maybe even Missouri. We gave them that as a dub before.
That's true.
8-4 still a great season, folks. Don't hate us. Maybe 9-3, 8-4, something like that. All right, subscribe to the College Football Experience. Also, remember to subscribe to the College Basketball Experience, folks, and the College Baseball Experience, which I host with Noah Beanick. And look, give us a 5-star review on iTunes, and if you do that, take a screenshot of your review. Find me on Twitter or us on Twitter at the College Football Experience, which is at TCE on SGPN, and I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Show us that. We'll send you a College Football Experience T-shirt like that sweet ass pennant right there if you're watching on YouTube. Patty C's on Twitter at Patty C831. Give him a follow. NC Nick's on Twitter at NC_NICK. Give him a follow. We are the College Football Experience, and also check out all of our other stuff. Sports Gambling Podcast, already handling NFL props, win total talk, fantasy football talk. Check out the Fantasy Football Gambling Podcast. We have a ton of great content. I mean, MLB Gambling Podcast, if the MLB is your thing right now in the summer. We also host the USFL Gambling Podcast. Check that out. What else is going on in the summer? CFL Gambling Podcast, MMA Gambling Podcast, the Soccer Gambling Podcast as the World Cup, kicks off this winter. NBA Gambling Podcast, NHL. You go on and on and on. We got you covered. Check it all out. It's there for you. It's for free too. So get the SGPN app and enjoy it and check out the Discord SGPN group. That is
firing that bad boy up.
You got to fire that thing up. That thing is fantastic. So, all right, folks, we're both on the under, but we're rooting for you, Mark Stoops. This is the College Football Experience, Kentucky Wildcat style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.